This is the 2022 Presidential One-on-One Interviews with Boy Abunda.
From the environment, punta naman ho tayo sa COVID-19. Sa kasalukuyan, dalawang bagay po ang alam natin. Una, mahigit 2 taon na tayo'y lahat pinadapa ng pandemyang ito. Sabi ng DOH, mahigit sa 3 million cases na ang nangyari dito sa bansa, over 50,000 deaths. Sabi naman ng Johns Hopkins COVID-19 dashboard, 300 million cases, over 300 million cases around the world, and more than 5 million deaths globally. Maraming mga Pilipino, Mayor, ang nawalan ng trabaho, kabuhayan, mga mahal sa buhay, marami ang nasirang relasyon, mga plano, mga pangarap. Yan ang una. Pangalawa, alam din natin na ang virus na ito ay napaka-unpredictable. 2 taon na natin itong nilalabanan at maraming variants na ang ating narinig. Nariyan ang Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Delta Plus, Omicron. The virus acquires genetic changes, meaning it mutates. Paano, ano ang susunod, nobody knows. It is both vicious and unpredictable. Ang tanong, given the unpredictability and the viciousness of this virus, bilang presidente ng Pilipinas, ano ang programa mo para sa COVID-19 ngayon?
Well, what we have done in Manila is to really confront COVID-19 and prepare for any worst scenario. We acquire medicines, we acquire oxygens, we acquire facilities, we acquire more medical frontliners. Then at the same time, bukas ang ekonomiya, bukas ang trabaho. So given a chance, may awa ang Diyos, pala rin ako, I'll treat it as an endemic. Because mas maraming namamatay sa ibang sakit sa ating mga ospital, dala ng hindi na nakakapunta, dahil napupuno yung ating mga hospital, private or public. So, this, nowadays, if you see Spain and other countries, they are treating it differently. It's like a normal flu nowadays. Now, the thing is, we have to strengthen our vaccination because, sabi mo nga, virus, it has to be approached scientifically. We must continue to believe in, in this existing antiviral medicines that we acquired in the city of Manila that are existing in the world. Remdesivir, tocilizumab, baricitinib, molnupiravir, may bago pa ngayon, Paxlovid, which we are about to acquire in a matter of few days. So, we have to be ready, always ahead of the numbers of capacity than the numbers of infection. Then we must open. We must offer job. We must open business. We must be aggressive in dealing with this COVID-19. We can learn how to live with COVID-19 and go back to work safely. That is our approach in Manila, and that is the approach that I'm going to do in the entire country.
Ano ang ibig sabihin when you say we must confront the virus? Ito ba yung lockdown? Ito ba yung...
No.
Anong ibig sabihin ng lockdown?
It's live with it.
I'm sorry?
Live with it.
Okay.
Live with it. As long as we build more hospital, the way we build bagong hospital ng Maynila, we build like, for example, Manila COVID-19 Field Hospital in Luneta, para yung may mga sakit na walang kakayanan mag-isolate, meron silang paglalagakan, papanatag ang pamilya nila at ang pamilya nila tuloy maghanap buhay. So these are the things that are doable, duplicable, scalable. So we've shown you the prototype on how to address it. Manila is the most dense city in the country, if not in Asia. But as you can see, siksikan na kami, pero bakit hindi bumubulwak? Because lagi kami naghahanda ahead of time. May projection. We always think of the worst scenario. And I'm fortunate, thanks to British government, I was sent to February of 2020. I spoke with Cobra, I got the plan of British government, kinapi ko, in-implement ko except for the weather because we don't have winter. So, pwede siyang pagandaan. And in the long-term process, because if this COVID-19 dumating ngayon, another type of virus, I think it's high time for the state, for the government, for the Philippine government to invest into our human resources, scientists, doctors, to create our own agency to find cure and medicine of our own. Pansinin mo, Tito Boy, lagi tayo nakadepende sa bakuna. Huli tayo, natatawa nga ako doon sa sinabi nung isang bansa, pag-aaral nila, late daw ang Pilipinas sa vaccination. Kaya kami late nyo kami binigyan ng bakuna eh. So we must have that kind of access. If they can do it there, we can do it here. And I think it's high time for the state, the national government, to invest. To like, for example, UP-PGH, UP Medicine, or other
On
schools.
our own vaccine.
On our own
Sarili
vaccine.
nating gamot.
On our own vaccine, on our own medicine. Magaling tayong Pilipino. Kaya tayo na-hire sa iba't ibang malalaking kumpanya sa mundo. Now, let's pull them back to the country and invest on it. And I think it's high time for us to discover our own vaccine, discover our own medicine, because kaya natin.
And it may take a little while.
It will take
pero
a little-
meron tayong sarili.
Exactly. That's why ito yung paghahanda, pero ito yung future.
Well, when it comes to COVID-19, ang lagi kong sinasabi dyan, I summarize it very simply. I call it jab to jobs. What we first have to do is to get vaccinated. And we have to roll out the vaccines properly. We have to make sure that the vaccines are effective and safe, have been handled properly. And now we have gotten to the point, the last statistic that I saw was 54 million Filipinos have been nabakunahan na, fully vaccinated na. Hindi pa tayo umaabot dun sa tinatawag na herd immunity. Kailangan talaga natin paabutin ng 70-75%. At sana yung kalagayan na nakikita natin sa Europa, sa ibang bansa, kahit tinatamaan ng Omicron, nag-positive, hindi na lang masyadong pinapansin kasi parang flu na lang para sa kanila dahil 95% sila vaccinated. So dapat yan ang habol natin. Once we get ourselves in a safer condition that we manage the pandemic, or we have to now be thinking, even now, even while we're just slowly working our way through the pandemic, ngayon pa lang, dapat iniisip na natin kung paano natin ibabalik ang ekonomiya. Kagaya ng sabi mo, ang daming walang trabaho, ang daming nasira ang plano, lahat. Ang palagay ko, I would even amend that. I would say, hindi marami, lahat ng kahit sino. Lahat ng tao sa buong mundo yata naramdaman itong COVID na ito. And so we have to come back to give our people, get them back to work. And how do we do that? We do that, in my view, we do that by revitalizing the MSMEs, the small businesses that comprise 95% of our businesses and 62% of our employment in businesses. And they have been very hard hit. The government can help them with the lower taxes or tax holidays, amnesties, etc. The private sector can come in with microfinancing and all that. Agriculture also needs to be looked at because it's a creator of jobs. And if
Is this what you mean by the jobs to jobs concept?
Yes, the idea is just once we are in a safe condition, then we have to get people back to work. Yan lang naman ang habol. Pag tinanong mo ang Pilipino, ano palagay mo sa COVID? Yung COVID, wala akong trabaho, wala akong pera. So yun ang talagang dapat na priority. Ngayon pa lang pinaghahandaan natin. So agriculture, tourism, and we should do this, we should go back to the concept of PPPs, public-private partnerships. And that way, we can bring together different segments of government, working together, so that the economy will come back, and hopefully come back even stronger than it was pre-COVID.
Of course, we're hoping na sana'y wala nang bagong variants na dumating. But sabi ko nga kanina, this is so unpredictable, we don't know what's going to happen next.
No.
Pagdating doon sa vaccination, hindi pa tayo nakakaabot doon sa 70, 75. What is your message to people who refuse to be vaccinated?
Well, they must understand that we cannot force people to be vaccinated. Karapatan ng tao yan. Hindi mo pwedeng pilitin na mag-vaccinate. Ngunit, sana naman maunawaan nila na kapag sila ay hindi nagpapabakuna, ay yung lahat na nakapaligid sa kanila, pati na yung kanilang mahal sa buhay, kanilang pamilya, mga kaibigan, yung kanilang kabarangay, lahat yan ay linalagay nila at risk yan. Dahil kung sila ay tamaan, ay ikakalat nila yan. Ang statistic ngayon, ang mga nasa ospital na tinamaan ng Omicron, na 85% are not vaccinated. Kaya't maliwanag naman ang science na sinasabi, malaking tinutulong ng pag-vaccinate. Kaya't sana hikayatin natin sila, sabihin natin, paliwanag natin. Ngayon, that will also, yung nangyayari ngayon, it will also limit their own options in their everyday lives. Hindi makapunta sa restaurant, hindi makasakay sa public transport, all of these things. So, but rather than punish them, I think we should really convince them that this is important. It is important for your work, it is important for your community, for your family.
You spoke about the socio-economic recovery of people. Very briefly lang, yung lockdown ng lockdown ng lockdown.
No,
Your comment.
No more lockdowns. Hindi na kaya ng Pilipino mag-lockdown. Hindi na nila kaya. It is too hard. They're going to too much hardship already. They just cannot do it. Maraming nga sinasabi, yung labag sa protocol, sinasabi, hindi na bali magkasakit, basta may kita ako.